Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a interesting live session here on KR channel. And today I wanted to discuss an interesting subject of gold, um, mystical powers, how and why it has used throughout centuries upon. You got to understand, people in the West are really not so crazy about gold as much, except to make money from it, like the gold rush that happened in California in the West. Okay. And that's actually kind of like a big mistake, you can say. When you try to get gold to make profits immediately. Because the number one thing is, and this has been taught to us, at least in the Hindu culture, they've also taught this in even Persian culture, Middle Eastern cultures, and even in Asian cultures as well, that gold should not be sold. Gold should be here for long term. You want to have gold for long term. You shouldn't be buying gold today at, what is it right now, $113 or something per ounce. I'm not even sure, but I think it's 130. So let's say if it is at 130, it goes to 180. Oh, you sell it and you make money. Should not be doing that. Gold is the closest thing to God. The reason is because gold is the only element least affected by any material or element in nature, especially in nature. The only element that I know that can dissolve gold is aqua regina. But the thing is, you can extract the same gold back from it. So it can come back again. But gold is this one thing that kind of shows the purity of nature, purity of this universe. And this is why gold is connected to the sun, because sun is pure. Sun is, we look at sun as God, like Lord Ram, Amun Ra. So, and then even in, they called Christ the Son of God. They use the word son. But gold has been not used for any like making profits. It has always been used for spiritual practices, mystical practices, seances, you know, magic, like Celtic magic, not like black magic, Celtic magic. It has always been used with that. But the reason for me to make this video is because, like, one thing you will notice that whenever sun transits the 10th house every day, you will get some thought during that time. You will get some idea during that time. It could be for the positive, it could be for the negative. And what I have realized, like some of the videos that I've made, today just clicked after I had this one thought that came to my head, that every idea that I have gotten is when sun has been transiting during the noon time in the natural 10th house. And that is something that the divine tries to show itself the brightest, and it affects your consciousness. So whatever ideas you get during that time, either if it's a positive idea, you should push it forward, manifest it. If it's something negative that comes in, then you should try to suppress it. Whether suppressing your own emotions or not doing whatever that idea is. So just by this concept, I have gotten this, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I don't know why these things come to my head during this time. But specifically, when you worship, especially like, in our Hindu culture, we worship with Ganesh and Lakshmi. In our puja, we have gods and goddesses in our puja. What you need to do is not get a huge one. Always have small murtis. Because when you get a big murti, you are now responsible for cleaning it and worshiping it every single day. So, but when you get a small one, and especially if you get a small Ganesha, small Lakshmi made of pure gold, like especially 22 karat gold. The people here in the Western culture, they only know like 14 and 18 karat gold in jewelry shops. You go ask them what is 22. Do you have 22 karat gold? They'll look at you funny like 22 karat gold, and they don't realize the gold's beauty isn't actually 22 karat. Gold's beauty is actually in like 24 karat, the original karat. You should be whatever you worship doesn't have to be Ganesh or Lakshmi. You can get the small Christ made of, you know, pure gold. But when you are sitting with the lamp in front of whatever that you believe in with pure gold, its energy is going to affect you extremely powerfully than anything else. Because, first of all, why is it that when we look at actual god and goddesses or look at the photographs of gurus, why does it affect our consciousness? Because of the fact our intent is making that thing into something very special. Like, for example, you have your photograph of, let's say, Yogananda, right? You have photographs of Yogananda as your guru. It's just a printed pixel picture. It's nothing but just pixels, you know, dot, 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 and 0101 that is creating this colored image on a paper and it's framed. And now a scientific person will be like, why are people such idiots worshiping these pixelated image thinking that they're going to get something out of it? What they don't understand is the power of intention. Your intention is to connect with that source energy known as Yogananda. Your intent is to know what Ganesha is. So you create something that is printed out or made into a small little statue of Ganesha. But the thing is, because the gold, the power that gold harnesses and the energy that it gives out, it's extremely powerful for your concentration and meditation and to reach to your original consciousness. This was the main reason back in the days when they used gold. Why is it that kings and queens wore gold? Why is it that every single ritual back in the days, including Hindu rituals, required gold? Why is still gold the most precious thing to purchase in India, Asia, Malaysia, Singapore? You go there, it's like 22 karat gold only. Because first of all, you are closest to the original element of the gold. Because as we know, gold is very soft. You have to, you know, dissolve copper or mix copper in it to make it more solid. But the more pure, especially like your statue should be like just 24 karat, great. 22 karat minimum, or I mean, just minimum amount of you should have is 22. 24 preferred. When you have that and you concentrate through that energy, like your intent is in your meditation, I want to connect to Ganesha, I want to connect to Christ. You know, you can have a small Guru Nanak made of that or Sai Baba made of that. You want so when your consciousness says, I want to connect with you, and you use gold to connect with that, what is happening? Just think of it as a cell phone. Why is it that a cell phone? Do you know these devices have gold in them? You know how much gold they use? If you collect all the cell phones and all the communication devices, they use that for transmission purposes. So, back in the days, why did they use gold? They used gold especially as, you know, statues and murtis, because gold becomes the transmitter from our world to the world of the other dimension, the world which is beyond our imaginative capability. I think the only way you can understand that world consciously if you were to do some you know, hallucinogenic type drug, or you meet a guru and they give you enlightenment. But that's the only way you can understand that world. But all these great gods and energies like Ganesha, Parvati, Lakshmi, you know, or any guru from Sai Baba to Yogananda to Neem Karoli Baba. They are all in that realm. And what this gold does, gold helps you connect. It's somehow its power connects with that consciousness onto the other dimension. That's why you get that power. They actually, people used to get power back in the days with gold. And one thing you will realize, especially in India, what I heard through like, I don't know, 13, 14. My mom used to tell me, my aunt used to tell me, um, everybody who had gold, you know, gold, whether they wore the gold or had the gold and they did not sell it, they automatically were always somehow taken care of, and they never had to put their hands out. Their hand was always like this, never like this. Doesn't matter. They don't need to be millionaires. Although some of my aunts are millionaires in U.S. Some of them are okay, but they're always okay. They're always giving to people. They're never putting their hands out because of the fact you are respecting gold like God. Silver is just as important. Silver is a bit more complicated than that, but gold is like the soul. Silver is like the mind. This is why silver is connected to the moon, sun is connected to the gold. Mind, body, and soul. So what is body? Body is us. And what do? We wear gold on our body. We wear silver on our body. Because during, and especially in some Kundalini meditations, big, very intense meditation, they tell you to wear copper with gold, especially in the ring finger. Because this way you will not go to the other side and escape and not, like you wouldn't want to come back. But this, wearing gold anywhere in your body, especially your fingers, keeps your soul from not escaping. Again, this is like that key, the gate. Why is it that all the kings back in the days, kings and queens, wore, the crown made of gold? It wasn't to show that they're king and queens. It was for them to find the highest of consciousness so they can do the best for their people. Kings and queens back in the days weren't like, oh, I am the regal royal one and you all need to worship me. No. Their whole job was that, hey, if my kingdom, my state, my country, which we call now, my kingdom, if it does well, I do well. If my people are hungry, dying from famine, I know it's going to trickle down to me, trickle down to my own family. So I need to do the right thing. And this is why kings and queens, literally 2,000 years back, 5,000 years back, not recent, literally beyond 5,000 years back, were enlightened souls. They had gurus, they had counselors to help them meditate, did yoga, they had the right consciousness. And gold helps them purify themselves because gold is the most purest, element there. It helps you also cleanse yourself. There's one thing I actually listened through Sanjay Rath that he was talking about like drinking water with gold in it dipped in overnight and drinking it, or something that is literally very powerful and purifies you. Or like having just a gold spoon to turn the, to twirl the water and then drinking it. Or there was one thing like a drop of water just underneath the tongue. For meditation, consciousness purposes is extremely strong. But what people don't realize that having just small gold, like see my wedding ring is actually 24 karat gold. I'm especially had it made with 22, not 24. So it's soft. That's why I don't wear it so much because I can like literally push it and it's it can bend. But for me, I wanted to have a pure 22 karat gold with me for me to help purify myself. But people don't realize this, that having and respecting gold, not having it for sake of investments. Never do that. Have gold for your own conscious foundation, and you will see what it does to you in return. What gold will do to you in return is that you will never be like this. Your hand will never be like this. I have something. Your hand will always be like this. You will always have the sustenance to give to some other people instead of you trying to get it from someone else. Then the other thing that I also found out last year in Sedona conference, which I listened to through my friend Oled, who's also one of the Nakshatra students of Dr. Arjun Pai. He said if you ever have a gold stolen from you, which it's a remedy for all your planets. It's the biggest remedy for all your planets if it naturally gets stolen. And the reason why he was telling me that, because I was telling them the story how my gold ring that I made, that big sporty gold ring I made 5 years, wow, 6 years, 5 years ago, that I made when my daughter was born. Somebody took it from my car from a parking lot. Not, I mean, it was like a valet guy at a hotel at DC. I went for dinner, came back out, and after I was coming back home, I'm like, let me wear my gold ring, and I'm like, where is it? I just took it off because I don't know why I took it off. And so when you lose gold, somebody steals it from you, it's a remedy that you just did all the remedies for your planets. Now, the other thing is never steal gold. Never, ever steal gold. That is, that's not good at all. It's like 1,000 times worse than you stealing like paper money. Now, you may find gold on the street, right? You may find gold. People are like, what if I found gold on the street? What do I do? That's stealing or not? No, that's not stealing. That's your intent is not to steal that gold. It was just simply on the ground and you picked it up. Now somebody drops it in front of you. You can't pick that up and take it. You have to tell that person, hey, just drop this. So never steal it. Now, if you find it, you find, let's say, gold is digging in dirt. Well, you found it. Your intent wasn't to find stolen gold. Your intent probably wasn't even to find anything. You just discovered gold. So that's different than you stealing gold and you're taking gold from someone. That is, it's never a good thing. Um, Also, giving gold, let's say for donation in a temple, it's a great thing because you are transferring that God's energy into God's home. Why? What? I mean, what's the method and reason behind it? Because it's the intent. You're not giving donation, or you're not giving God away. Your energy of your wisdom, your God's, your source energy to someone. Oh, here, take it. No, it is that you're telling God, hey, I'm giving it to you to a place where somebody can actually really, really take care of you, respect you because I love you so much. That's where it works. But the biggest message you need to get out of this is that when you meditate with a gold goddess, God, guru, like people have, like I've seen Sai Baba made of gold at jewelry stores. Um, when you just meditate to that, it actually has the most powerful, profound effect. Now, here's another thing. If let's say, and I would recommend this, if you when you decide, okay, we want to get a gold, maybe like a gold Ganesha, 2 to 3 inches tall, because that'll be very expensive. That's why I'm saying just small is enough. When you get that, the jeweler who's making it, their Jupiter should be in a very good position, salted, and their sun should be very good, well placed. That will show you the intent of that energy of that jewelry maker. That's why it's very important. It's not that when you wear gems for remedies on this and that, oh, it's gonna work. Who's making it? Who is making that gold for you? What if the person who's making that gold for you, that gold jewelry for you, going home abusing his wife or her husband, whomever, they're they're thief in their personal life. They at night they steal things. Do you want your gold to be made from that? Now, obviously, in that case, you have to know some astrology. You have to ask that gold jeweler, hey, you're making this. Can I just look at your horoscope? Just look and see if their Sun and Jupiter are strong. If they're strong, their intent will be there. But again, this is something so difficult. So whenever you get anything made for you, whenever you buy something made of gold, purify it, whether it's through Ganga Jal, sage, always sage it. So you that energy that was gone into making it, whether pure or not, we don't know. It purifies that energy, and then you put it there. But remember, having gold, even something as small as this, for me, something as small as this is so strong because it's something that I do not want to give away. I have no intent. I don't care if gold becomes $20,000 an ounce. I will never give this up, pure made gold ring, because it's something that I love having when I'm meditating. It's just I love having it when I'm doing my sadhana, my spiritual duties, even doing astrology. It's very strong. And I realized, okay, so my ring is gone. I was so sad. I spent so much money in building that ring with the Om on it. I think you have seen this in many of my videos from 2015 and 14, 16. I was wearing it on my finger. Um, but again, it wasn't the fact that, oh, I lost that. It's that uh, as long as you have something with you, just as simple as this ring, you know, it'll do. It'll do. But you will realize the mystical power of gold. When you won't realize it if you wear it. You have to sit and do the sadhana with a little lamp, small lamp, okay? Small lamp with your gold Ganesha, gold Christ, whomever. Small lamp in a dark room. You will see how you easily connect with that, and it'll do a lot of amazing things. So always invest in gold for the longest term, probably to pass it on to your family, you know. And that's why even in India, though, people are not really educated on gold and its power and what not to do. Like people actually sell gold and try to get some money. Now, in the hardest times, you give out gold, you sell gold, but you don't realize that that particular gold, your intent was never there to respect it. That's why it went away. When people say, well, what about when I so poor and I had to give my thing away? The reason was when you had that gold in your possession, you weren't very, nobody taught you this. Nobody told you what is gold. Gold is like the closest thing to God. You hold gold in your hand, you're holding the actual physical form of God within you. So if you especially read some of these Egyptian books on pharaohs, my wife had bought a book. I think she got it from Sedona back in 2013 when we first met, and there they were talking about the power of gold. In our own culture, in our rituals, they have used gold. Gold is very, very powerful. Respect it. If you take gold as a cell phone, like okay, it's a cell phone, it's a new one, give me here. It just went up $100. Okay, here's my cell phone. Give me extra $100 for this phone. That's when that's the problem with majority of the people. And especially when you degrade the gold's quality from 14 karat, 10 karat, 18 karat, then I mean, it's like you're pouring, beer or alcohol in Ganga Jal. You're like really, you know, you're taking away its purity. But like I said, 22 is what you should try to wear as much as possible. Okay. And I'm telling you, um, astrologically, your astrological intuition will increase with respect to gold. I mean, I'm telling you, this is you. I mean, it's hard to explain because I can't even say some of the things. But just imagine, I'm giving you a lot of hints here. Gold is like a transmitter. Gold is the signal. See, you're the television, okay? You're the actual television, or you're the actual, flat screen TV. Gold becomes that cable box to give you Netflix, to give you all the apps, to give you your, HBOs and Cinemax channel, ZTV, whatever TV's out there. That gold is kind of like that current that transmits to you, and you get the signal. You then get that picture, that movie. Okay, there's a lot more. I mean, but it's hard to explain over here. Okay, so I just wanted to let you guys know, respect it. Remember, gold has been the only thing that has been holding its value throughout time. It has held its value for the last 20,000 years, 5,000, however long human race is here, which nobody knows. Only a few knows. You know, gold has sustained its stock. The gold stock has sustained itself. And do you know how badly gold is manipulated compared to the fiat currency? Gold actually should be around 1 ounce of gold should be at least $50,000 to $100,000 per ounce. But they manipulate it so much that they kind of degrade the value. So people in public will be like, "Oh, gold. Why would I want to get that? Why would I want to invest in a stock?" You don't realize you investing just even $100 into a pure gold. It'll be far, far more powerful than you investing $10,000 on the next IPO at the stock exchange. That's the thing. I mean, nothing that you read, nothing that you see, nothing that you hear is real. Nothing is valuable. The most valuable knowledge is something that they manipulate in a way so you make fun of it. And I get it. I totally get it. From the school system to the political system to everything is just it's so badly manipulated. I'm like, how is human race surviving just being like this? But like I said, gold has held its power. That means there's something to it. Okay? Even today, even after manipulation, gold is still 1,300 an ounce. 1,300 an ounce, even after. So I was early in the video, I was saying 134, now it was like 1,364 or something. It still, after so much of manipulation, it still holds its value. It shows how strong it is. Whenever things go wrong, everybody runs after gold. So, and remember, all the countries that are gold backed, their economy has stayed the strongest. The ones that switch to fiat currency based on the economical system, they're going up and down, up and down, up and down, and the barometers just keep going down, 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 down. So, I mean, this is something you guys can read on your own. All the information is out there. I mean, I don't even need to mention it. It's everything is out there, but just little things that, I mean, for me, it's important for you to tell you the value of it. Because none of you want your hands to be like this, right? That's why you go to an astrologer to get a consultation. You don't want your hands to be like this. You want your hands to be like this, always giving, 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 giving. Well, this is one very simple and the most powerful weapon you'll have. Yeah. So anyway, guys, we'll see you later.